All right, bro. What you getting done? What you getting done, man? Taper. How you like your taper? You like it low, high, mid?
Mid.
About like a mid taper. Okay. Taking anything off the top?
Nah, I'm actually trying to grow.
Grow it out. Okay. And then line it up. Doing your beard. Fade it in.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Cool. Let's do it. All right, so this might be a little bit of a controversial video. I think maybe not. But there's always that guy that can give every single person, no matter what their genetics, what I would consider humanly impossible. There's always a barber that can do the impossible in their eyes. And those comments always do come up under my tutorials. So with this taper, to create the blend, I'm going closed, and I'm just gonna open it little by little as I go up. The reason why is because it's so short on the sides. I don't find it necessary to use guidelines because you're barely gonna see them anyways. So all I did was I went clipper closed, went up 1/4 of an inch, open it up a notch, go up another 1/4 of an inch, go up another notch, go up another 1/4 of an inch. Half guard brought everything in together in between where we just left off with the clipper open. Then we use that number 1 guard open and close it just to make sure that it is a number 1. That's how I created the taper here. Wanted a simple taper, simple lineup. It was nothing crazy. A little disappointed, but I tried to make the most of it. And I still think there's some nuggets here to learn. And it actually made me think a little bit deeper into it. Like there are some gems here. There is a topic that's untouched, not really touched. I feel like a lot of people are trying to be impressive. They're trying to be the best barber. And because of that, a lot of truth gets kind of like overlooked or like underappreciated. I can tell you guys, I've been around tens of thousands of barbers. I'm friends with some of the best barbers in the world that I've seen in person, cut hair. It's very impressive, some of the things that I've gotten the privilege of being exposed to. There's always that unicorn in the comment section that can do the impossible in my eyes. And I've seen a lot of barbers, I've seen a lot of haircuts, I've seen a lot of situations. Through those experiences, I tend to doubt some claims a little bit more because of those experiences, right? It doesn't say that, no, maybe barbering has evolved and people have done some crazy stuff and they're doing surgeries on people now. I don't know, right? It could happen. There's always exceptions to the rules, but I think with this tutorial, as you're watching me cut his hair, there's not a lot you can do to make it look like some of the haircuts you see on Instagram, because not everything is apples and apples, right? There's apples and oranges. And one of the things that I asked him was, you know, are you growing out the sides? Because there was a little bit of bulk that I was trying to clean up. We still made the best of it. We created the taper. And what I was trying to accomplish with this taper was to keep the line, the hair around the C cup and the lineup as dark as possible. So when I lined it up, there was some contrast between the lineup and his skin. That gives the illusion that it's sharper than it really is. This is why people will use ash or the pencil to create a even more contrast to make that lineup pop. But that's not really their lineup, right? And people will say, I could have made that sharper. You just got to use spritz. That's an illusion, right? Because what spritz does, again, it creates that contrast. Sure, it holds it in place. You can get a sharper line. But if the shape is there, can you really make it sharper? No, right? You can create the illusion that it's sharper, but you can't really make it sharper. I'm sure people are going to disagree with me, but I'm telling you, that's how it works. Because I don't care how much spritz you use, how shampooed their hair is, the moment they walk out, they go take a shower, they come back, your lineup is going to look like my lineup, right? Without all that stuff. Maybe not in that moment, and that's okay. I'm not knocking that. I'm not saying that that's not a service, that's not an improvement. Yeah, I think it is, but I'm just saying the truth is this client, without more effort, could not have the sharpest lineup that I've been able to put out, right? Like there's just canvases that can. With the back taper, it seems like I'm going up pretty high, but because it's so short back here, in order to create that gradient, we do have to go up with the clipper closed and with that trimmer making it bald, go up with that clipper closed so that we have enough distance to create some type of gradient. I think by doing that, it might be a higher taper, but it gives the illusion of more so a mid taper. especially after we line up the back here on the neckline. I tapered the beard, and I tried to make the beard as clean as I could. But even with the beard, it was a little. Again, he doesn't like. It's just tough to make a hard, sharp line with him. So as I'm lining up the front here, guys, just so you guys know, like his hairline grows in all kinds of different directions. And I went to the middle and I started walking that over to the corners of his hairline. Okay. You got to be careful with his hairline because of all the different directions that it grows. So it might grow a little bit to the left here, it might grow a little bit to the right here. And so what you'll notice is if it's growing this direction, okay, like if it's growing towards his right, then I'm going with the trimmer towards his left. So the opposite direction so that we can get the hair to be cut as sharp as possible. And then I just try to make as much gradients as possible in that taper so it looked like a fresh haircut. And so I went down to the shaver where the bald section is, because getting that distance from super short to as long as you could keep it here, it makes it pop a little bit more. It was hard to make it pop because it was already really short here. And he just wanted like a simple taper. You know, we did what we could. The neckline area, I didn't want to put the razor back there or the shaver because it looked like he was bumping from maybe the last haircut. There was a little bit of irritation going on. So I did leave like a soft line. And I forgot to show you guys the after, but here you guys can see me putting it all together. With the mustache, you want to keep it natural, keep it thinner.
I got a mustache?
Yeah, a little bit, yeah. Enough to line up.
A mustache, bro?
I could line it up with a razor for sure. You want to try it?
Yeah, I guess.
That's fun.
When I used to have that little skulls in 7th grade, my barber hit that thing with the razor.
I'm telling you, that razor make anything happen, anything possible.
Shit, he just made me feel.
That's fun. Yeah, I got the mustache. You would like it. Yep. One of the things that he did appreciate was that I lined up his mustache. I was like, what do you want to do with your mustache? He's like, I don't have a mustache. What you mean I got a mustache? Now, we could make something happen. You'd be surprised what a straight razor can do.
That's your product right there?
It's one of them, yep. So we used the straight razor. We got a little bit of a mustache line there, right? But you know, I think that shows an extra level of effort. I'm excited to learn stuff and then be able to share it with people. Like that's the best way to grow yourself, is helping other people grow. Only way you help other people grow is by learning new, right? That they don't know. When you fly out?
Tomorrow.
Out of Tampa? All right, be careful, bro. They're canceling a lot of flights. Do you like enhancement or no enhancement?
Nah.
No. One of the things I really wanted to do was enhance it. I really wanted to enhance the cut. He didn't want enhancements, so we didn't do that. So I just kept going over certain spots with that razor, making sure I got rid of as much hair stubble as I possibly could.
That shit comes off right after I get out the shower.
You gotta rinse it. Don't scrub. I can keep mine in like 5 days. But you gotta rinse it, and then when you dry, you pat dry. You don't scrub. You just kind of pat dry. You know what I mean?
Need a new booking app? I'm getting ready to launch one. It's called Pi Booking, and before we get ready to launch it, we want to give you, the barber, an opportunity to own a piece of the pie. So instead of going to venture capitalists and big private money, we decided to come to you, the barbers in the industry. So we set up a website, investinpibooking.com, where you can learn all about it and you can have an opportunity to own a piece of it. Link will be in the description. Go check it out, man.